Hi guys, welcome to My Exam with Sam. I'm Sam and this video is part 2 in the series about checking an IELTS part 2 writing task. So we're looking at Akmajon's essay, and in part 1 we learnt about what the examiner is thinking when they're checking a part 2 writing task for task achievement. In this video, you're going to learn about what the examiner is thinking when they're checking an essay for coherence and cohesion. Hopefully by now you're watching on the My Exam with Sam free course, which means that all of the videos and all of the resources you need are together for you to download there. If you're watching on YouTube, then I encourage you to click on the link in the description to go to the free course and get everything together in one place. Okay, let's have a look at Akmajon's writing task again. For the people who are still watching on YouTube, I will very quickly show you the essay now, so you can pause the video, read the essay, and get familiar with the text. Remember that you will also need the Part 2 writing band descriptors that you can download from the official IELTS website. Okay, let's have a look at my questions for what I'm thinking about coherence and cohesion when I'm reading Ahmed's essay. Firstly, I want to know, can I summarize each paragraph easily? And I think in Akmajon's essay, that is actually pretty easy to do. This first paragraph is very clearly an introduction because of this short sentence at the start. We've got this cult of celebrity and negative behaviors have a negative impact. That paragraph is very clear. I can make a quick summary of this paragraph. Body image leads to depression. And this paragraph is the conclusion to Akmajon's essay. So yes, I can summarize each paragraph pretty easily in Akmajon's essay, and that's a very good point. Secondly, I want to know, is there a clear progression through the essay? Now this means that one idea naturally leads to the next idea. And I think that to some extent this is true in this essay, but maybe it could be a little bit clearer. When I mean a clear progression, that means that you have reasons that lead to small conclusions and several small conclusions that lead to a big main conclusion. And of course, at the start, you'll have a short introduction that explains which ideas you're going to examine, what you are going to talk about in your essay. Now, Akmajon's essay has some of those features, but not all of them. For example, his introduction introduces this idea of celebrities, but it also begins with his conclusion, which I expect to come more at the end of the essay. Then he does have reasons, but they don't always lead to a small conclusion. For example, this paragraph ends with an example, but the reasons, or the conclusion of the reason is kind of hidden in the middle of this paragraph. This paragraph is actually a lot clearer and is a much better example because it introduces the topic. We have a reason, we have a small conclusion, and then we have the consequence of that small conclusion. So this paragraph does have a really clear progression. And then at the end, we have the main conclusion, which I expect to be Akmajon's opinion, but is in fact excessive media coverage is affecting normal development of children. Now, affecting is a very neutral word. It just means there is an effect. It could be positive, it could be negative. But it's very clear that Akmajon thinks that the effect is negative. So this main conclusion at the end is, it's not exactly what I expect. and the progression in this essay is not super clear. So a clear progression through the essay, perhaps not. But on the other hand, this question, what helps the answer move easily from one part to the next? Akmajon does actually have some really good features in his essay to keep the essay moving from one part to the next. So here I'm looking for connectors, I'm looking for pronouns, I'm looking at signposting, and I'm looking for a logical connection between paragraphs and between sentences. So there is some kind of connection between the paragraphs. This paragraph is to begin with, and this paragraph is secondly. So there's kind of a numerical connection. This is paragraph number 1, and this is paragraph number 2. So that helps me to move between paragraphs. These phrases are maybe a little bit textbook, so maybe a little bit mechanical, but they're okay. They're okay for this kind of essay writing. And if we look in the paragraphs, then we can see some really good features that keep signposting, so they're telling the reader what to expect, and they keep the paragraphs nice and coherent and cohesive within the paragraph itself. So he uses phrase like in fact to expand his ideas. He introduces examples using this such as phrase. These are good signposting devices. Such as tells me, hey, examples are coming. And then, hey, look, some examples. This is great. This is good signposting. And it helps keep the paragraph together, and it makes the connections really clear. There's a couple of other things that Akmajon is doing that are really good. He uses the word this. So he has this tendency and he has this aspiration. And this references things that have happened in the paragraph before. So when he talks about this aspiration, he's talking about children who idolize what they see. And he makes the connection between these sentences. And that makes it really easy to follow his logic, to follow his argument from this sentence to this sentence. And he's doing it all with good grammar, so this good pronoun, and with good vocabulary. So aspiration summarizes this phrase. So that technique is really good for keeping his sentences moving from one sentence to the next sentence. So that's really good. And there's also another pronoun use here when he talks about their ordinary lifestyle and then a more difficult one. And this pronoun, again, references the ordinary lifestyle. So ordinary lifestyle becomes one, the pronoun here. And that really helps this sentence to stay together, to be one part. And it really does work for that coherence and cohesion. So there are several things that help the answer move easily from one part to the next. And it's good vocab, it's good grammar. So remember that Akmajon's target band score with this essay is a band 7. So let's have a look at the criteria for coherence and cohesion at band 7, and let's see if we can give Akmajon a band 7 here. So logically organizes information and ideas. There is a clear progression throughout. We said that there is some organization, but it's not really logical. Let's have a look at the band 6 criteria for this, because I don't think we've got this clear progression throughout. So arranges information and ideas coherently, and there is a clear overall progression. I think this is true. The ideas and information are arranged coherently, so we have similar information together in paragraphs, and a clear overall progression. Yes, we do have that. We have I agree, I agree, I agree, and here's why. So there is an overall progression through his argument, but it's not this clear progression throughout. It's not, here's a reason, a small conclusion, here's another reason, another small conclusion, and here's my main conclusion. So it's not a clear progression throughout, but it is a clear overall progression with coherent information, with an arrangement of coherent information. So we're maybe at a band 6 for that first part. For band 7, uses a range of cohesive devices appropriately, although there may be some under or overuse. I think we've definitely got a range. I don't think there's any under or overuse. This is the pronouns, this is the referencing that he does. Perhaps we're even closer to manages all aspects of cohesion well. Maybe we're closer to that. So that's maybe the top of band 7, maybe the bottom of band 8. And presents a clear central topic within each paragraph. Yes, definitely. That's why I can summarize them. Uses paragraphing sufficiently and appropriately. I'd say we're probably even at this level because there's clear ideas in each paragraph. We got the introduction, we got conclusion, 2 main ideas. Yeah, that's really good. So we've got one part that's perhaps band 6. We've got one part that's band 7, maybe band 8, and we've got one part that's probably band 8, if not very, very high band 7. So I think I can't give Ahmadjon a complete band 8 for this because he's not got all of band 8. And I don't want to give him band 6 because he does better than these points in band 6. So I think that for coherence and cohesion, I'm going to give Ahmadjon a band 7. So that's what the examiner is thinking when they're checking your Part 2 writing task for coherence and cohesion. In the next video in this series, find out what the examiner is thinking when they're checking your writing for lexical resource, which is your vocabulary. If you're watching on the My Exam with Sam website, the next video is just underneath this one. And if you're watching on YouTube, I really encourage you to click the link in the description and go to the My Exam with Sam free course where you can sign up for free and get all of these videos and resources in the same place. Okay guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye!